A PwC report on Nigeria's 2025 budget and economic outlook highlights critical issues such as opportunities and risks, as well as their impact on households and businesses. The report also discusses strategic imperatives for businesses and the overall economic outlook for Nigeria. Organized into 3 sections, it offers insights on key economic themes and strategic considerations for 2025, supporting informed decision-making for stakeholders. Many expect tapered inflation, a stable exchange rate, and moderate economic growth, subject to sustained reforms and disciplined policy execution. Abiodun Kayode-Alli, economist and senior manager, PwC Nigeria, joins me now for a deeper dive into the significant issues that will drive Nigeria's economic trajectory in 2025. Glad you could join us tonight. Can you summarize the key findings of the report on Nigeria's budget and economic outlook for 2025?
Yeah, thank you, Felicity. In a nutshell, what that report simply speaks to is to let us know that even though things might have been tough in 2024, we do expect that things will get better, right? We've witnessed a significant increase in the cost of living, and this can be attributed to inflationary impacts, right? Coming from food inflation, we've seen massive cases of insecurity in the north, impacting on regions where most of the food items that we consume are being produced. Then you also consider the fact that we are still struggling from the impact of the liberalization of the Naira back in 2023, because a lot of the items that we actually use, not just for consumption, but also for production activities, we import them. So you see that exchange rate pass-through effect, right? But thankfully, the monetary authorities have put in place certain measures to actually stabilize exchange rates. So with stability of the exchange rate, it kind of creates that trust in the system that if you bring in your monies into the country, you can also take it out. You've seen situations where the monetary authorities also were able to settle most of the monies that were owed to airlines. Right. So building that trust, creating that environment, enabling environment is what we believe will actually attract foreign investment into the country. Not to say that everything is perfect, but I think the current administration are making strides to ensure that things are stable. And that's the reason why the budget itself is actually tagged not only security, not only restoring peace, but also promoting prosperity. So in a nutshell, we believe that there is actually room for optimism in 2025.
All right, as optimistic as the outlook seems to be, there are some significant risks, right? There has to be, and opportunities that will confront the economy in 2025. How would you explain that?
Yeah, thank you, Felicity. And like I said, one of the big risks that we have there is actually inflation, right? Because like the last speaker from the United Nations spoke, we have inflation actually reducing the disposable income of Nigerians. Things are no longer the same prices we used to have them in the past. And this simply means that we have a lot of consumers are needing to reduce what they actually consume, right? The World Bank has said that inflation is actually going to drop about 13 million people below the poverty line. Then we also have the challenges of security, right? Which is actually, like has been said, keeping about 33 million people lacking access to feeding, right? Having that challenge of food security. So those are risks that we have. And also if the spate of insecurity continues, that's also going to be very discouraging. But there are opportunities like you've rightly pointed out. We've seen areas where Nigeria can actually attract investment, given the fact that about 70% of our population are actually youth. So you will see a lot of youthful activities in terms of being productive, right? Creating that employment. If we have businesses, right, who are coming into this country, we need to have businesses that are in search of a market. We have that in terms of our population. We've seen situations where lots of our businesses in terms of SMEs are doing great things, coming up with innovations using technology. And thankfully, the fiscal side is actually doing a lot to make most of these youth employable with the tax reform bills that have been introduced. And thankfully, the governors are actually backing this at this point in time. So there are opportunities for investment in the youth, opportunities for investment in key sectors like agriculture, key sectors like telecommunications, right? So this poses lots of investment, especially when it comes to energy and fuel. We know that Nigeria is a gas producing nation, and we know that the United States right now is coming up with efforts to actually ensure more drilling. And we know Russia, there is actually this geopolitical tension with Russia having challenges with selling its gas. So these are the opportunities for most of these investors to consider.
So Abiodun, I guess a lot to look forward to in this new year. And I mean, we have you folks at PwC to help us make sense of it. I'm sure we'll be speaking again. Thank you for speaking with us tonight.
Thank you for me, Felicity.